Now, I want to go through some misconceptions about the Trinity. Deuteronomy 6 and verse 4. Hear, O Israel, the Lord our God is one Lord. Okay. As people look at that and say, you see, one Lord, one Lord. Okay. Israel and the surrounding nations had many gods. They had many pagan gods. And all this is saying is he is the one God compared to he's the one true God. It's not saying it literally, it's just one God. He's saying he's the one God compared to all the other pagan gods around, the small, small letter G, all the pagan gods around them. Okay, that's basically what that's saying. Okay, John 14, verse 26. But the Comforter, which is the Holy Spirit, whom the Father will send in my name, he shall teach you all things and bring everything to remembrance, whatever I have said to you. Okay, people look at this and say, you see, the Spirit is referred to as a he. All right, a personal pronoun. Okay, it's what you call personification. It doesn't mean that the Spirit is literally a he. It's the same with wisdom. Wisdom, Proverbs 1 and verse 20. Wisdom cries without. She utters her voice in the street. Wisdom is referred to as a woman. She cries in the chief place of the council, in the opening of the gates, in the city. She utters her words, saying, how long, you simple ones, will you love simplicity? And the scorner delight in their scorning. Okay. Wisdom is personified as a woman, but we all know that if I say you have wisdom, I'm not saying you got a woman inside of you. Although some men may think so, in our crazy society. Anyway, okay, it's personification is what this is. The usage of personification, where you take a pronoun like he and you refer it to something like the Spirit of God. Let's notice some more verses. This is Romans 8 and verse 34. Who is he that condemneth? It is Christ who has died, but rather also who is raised, who is also at the right hand of God, who also intercedes for us. Christ is at the right hand of God and intercedes for us. One cannot sit at the right hand of oneself. Christ intercedes, which means he is between us and the Father, advocating for us. One cannot be between us and the Father and be the Father at the same time. Okay. All right. Here's another powerful verse, Matthew 26 and verse 39. And he went a little further and fell on his face praying, saying, O Father, if it's possible, let this cup pass from me, yet not as I will, but as you will. Jesus prays to the Father. He's not praying to himself. Apparently, the Father's will is different from the Son's will. They aren't the same, okay? And here the Spirit isn't even mentioned. Now there's one more verse that a lot of people trip up on. First John 5 and verse 7. For there are three that bear record in heaven, the Father, the Word, and the Holy Spirit, and these three are one. Now, this passage is not even in the early Greek edition, nor is it in the early translations of the New Testament, such as the Coptic, the Arabic, Latin. Okay, it was added later, is what I'm saying. All right, the way this verse should read is this right here. This is what 1 John 5 and verse 7 says. It says, who is he who overcomes the world? But he who believes that Jesus is the Son of God. This is he who came by water and blood, Jesus Christ, not only by water, but by water and blood. And it is the Spirit who bears witness, because the Spirit is truth. Okay, so let's simplify what the Spirit that comes from God is.
Check us out on the web at isthatreallyinthebible.com.